Now I want to bring in ABC News political director and Washington bureau chief Rick Klein. Rick, I know you're on the ground there in Milwaukee at the convention site. It sounds like, for the most part, the convention is business as usual. No plans have changed.
Yeah, I was in the room just a few minutes ago, Lindsay, and the balloons are still up in the rafters. The sound checks are underway. Everything is teed up to do exactly the convention that Donald Trump had long planned. I talked to one of the top campaign officials, and they said, yes, full steam ahead. If anything, the events of yesterday have inspired additional elements. There's certainly some messaging that's going to be tweaked, but there is no overhaul to the convention business. In fact, Donald Trump has been adamant with people around him. He wants the convention to go on as planned. He views yesterday's very, very sad and, of course, tragic events as, if anything, just an inspiration and even vindication of his worldview. And I think it's going to be incorporated into the messaging under these unbelievably strenuous scenario. Donald Trump wants to hold firm.
And if we can just look while we continue talking with you, Rick, at a tower cam footage that we have of Donald Trump's plane now on the ground there, just landed moments ago in Milwaukee. What do you think is the significance of the former president continuing on with his plans and scheduled after this assassination attempt roughly 24 hours ago?
Yeah, and he knows the visuals. He knows what it looked like for him to be filmed deplaning yesterday, just late last night, in the early hours, overnight in New Jersey. For him to fly home, obviously the injuries were relatively minor despite the blood and despite how close we came to an absolute tragedy involving him. He knows what it means to this convention city for him to be here. He is going to be received like an absolute rock star whenever his image is projected on the screen. We're told to expect surprises. He may pop up in the convention in the ensuing days. As you mentioned, he may even check it out tonight, we're told, but he's certainly going to be a presence everywhere and anywhere around this, and I can't even imagine the sound of his presence that it's going to bring. Obviously, people are aware of what happened, and they're aware of how he responded to the immediate aftermath. The delegates that I've talked to, the elected officials I've talked to, all feel better about their support of Donald Trump, given the events of the last 24 hours. And
you see right there in that shot the motorcade swarming the plane. It would be interesting to see if we can see, probably not from this vantage point, the former president deplaning. And I do know that it's a well-kept secret that the Trump campaign is keeping closely to their vest, but any idea when we might hear the VP pick? We were kind of on alert all weekend, thinking that we might get the big reveal.
Yeah, it's really unusual in modern times not to have a vice presidential nominee picked until the convention starts. That now appears likely to happen, that the convention will come to order tomorrow without a VP pick. As Jay just said, Donald Trump has told people around him that he likes the idea of a big reveal, adding to the drama, showcasing up to the very last minute some of the stars, the rising stars of the party. Tomorrow would seem to be the likeliest day when the convention is here. But one of the fun things about running a convention is that you can change any rule you want to as long as people agree. Donald Trump can get them to change the rules as many times as they want and give them maximum flexibility. But I've certainly got tomorrow circled as the likeliest of the 4 days.
All right. We'll be checking in to see if you're right on that. Rick Klein, our thanks to you.